Well, happy Tuesday, friends, and thanks for joining us right here on Local 2, where we are focusing on the family. Today, I'm Stephanie Langston.
And I'm Laura Schweizer, and we are talking about family-friendly shows and events and a way for moms to connect, which is really cool.
That's right. That brings us to our very first guest, Krista Dykes. She's the host behind Secret Mom Hacks, a parenting podcast to help navigate new family experiences. Welcome in.
Yes,
Thank you.
welcome in.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Okay, it's really interesting. This fact is shocking. She is focusing on mothers after this recent study came out saying that 66% of parents overall felt lonely and isolated. Expand on that and how you're touching on that.
Yes, it really all started last year when the U.S. Surgeon General issued an advisory that America has a loneliness epidemic. And I thought, what can I do with that? Like, okay, I'm just going to be in community with more people. I'm going to make an effort to like check in on friends and fellow moms and such. And then, you know, okay, then fast forward to earlier this year, that other study came out specifically focusing on parents, saying that 66% in particular would value a way to connect with other parents outside of work and home. And so that just got my wheels turning, thinking, what can I do to find a solution to this? How can I be a part of the change to just get more people into community? And I thought, well, I know the communities I'm plugging into. What if I start documenting those and looking for other ones? Because you can't be in all of the communities, you know, pick a couple and get into life with other people, other moms. But then I thought, what if I started looking at other places across the U.S.? Because this isn't just a Middle Tennessee thing, it's a U.S. thing per the Surgeon General. So
helping those across all 50 states then.
Exactly.
Now, these stats, although startling, there was something that you related to personally as a mother.
Yes. When my daughter was born, it was the most joyful experience, of course, and family was around. We were surrounded by friends and family. Yeah, that's us.
Cute.
And at the same time, when it would be 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning, it also felt very lonely and isolating. That's kind of what got me into podcasts between my commute into work and then those early morning or late night nursing sessions, or just needing to rock her and cradle her, finding other moms who were podcasting. That really helped me get out of some of those tough mental blocks, you know, and I thought, what if I could create this list that other moms can plug into? So if we love Middle Tennessee, but say we did move somewhere else where we don't know anybody. Well, I've already done this pre-research and I can easily now plug into other mom groups in the area, because that's half the battle, is finding the groups and finding the right one for you.
And community is so important, and we're looking at this list and it really looks like you have something for everyone. It has Sweat Like a Mother, you have virtual in-person opportunities for all moms, powerful parents, Our Hearts, Our Home. Talk about all of these national and international groups and how people can find what's right for them.
Yes. So when you first get to the database, the first thing you're going to see is the national and international groups, so that wherever you are, really location doesn't matter. You can look down that list, find what speaks to you, and ideally find either a local chapter if you're wanting to plug in person, or perhaps they have some virtual opportunities through a Facebook group or through Zoom meetings, perhaps. And then a lot of these other groups too will have hybrid opportunities, which is nice because sometimes it is hard to get together in person. Sometimes the only thing you can do is Zoom. On the other side of the coin, that personal face-to-face connection is also really nice too. When you're at home and you feel isolated, you know, it is important to get out and in community with others. As you scroll down the list, you will see it's organized by state and then cities. And this is growing. You know, there's a little over 100 groups on this list currently, about 12 to 15 of which I believe is what I have here in Middle Tennessee right now. So all of these areas are growing, because I know there's more than what I have listed currently, for example, in Middle Tennessee right now. I'm sure there's dozens, and I've just barely scratched the surface. So every week I try to pick a different town, a different community, and find the groups that I can to add to that area.
So awesome. I love the passion project, what all you're putting into it. Now, is there a specific age group when it comes to children that you're targeting in your research here?
I'm really not targeting any age groups. I'm really targeting the moms. So for whatever obstacle you might be facing, or just again, looking for that, maybe you want a play group. There are breastfeeding groups, you know, parents who've been NICU parents, infertility, empty nesters. You know, I know there are future stops along my mom life journey that I haven't met yet, and I want to be sure to be inclusive of all of those experiences, regardless of whether you're a brand new first-time mom like I was, you know, 6 years ago, or if you're an empty nester, your kids have gone off to college, and now you're still wanting to relate to other moms who maybe are going through that same experience.
Love it.
Yeah. I love that it's online support, it's in-person support, because community, we say this all the time, community is so, so important. I want you to explain why, especially, I mean, we heard the statistic, but when you found these communities, these groups, talk about how it helped you grow as a person.
Sure. Well, just knowing that I'm not crazy, knowing that I'm not the only...
You're not.
Yes. Knowing that I'm not the only parent going through a particular experience. You know, again, for me, it was breastfeeding. And I felt like in all of my expecting classes and training, if you will. I don't know if that's the right word, but I had no idea the obstacles that one might face breastfeeding. I feel like society paints that as just a really natural thing, and unbeknownst to me, when my daughter was born, it was actually really difficult to get started. And I didn't even know, this just shows my ignorance, I didn't know a lactation consultant was a thing. And I was so thankful for the nurses who told me about lactation consultants and the one that I was able to connect with, and she shared with me that there were these breastfeeding groups, and you know, La Leche League, for example. I know that's something my mom actually was a part of when she had me, but those
name.
Right, yeah. those groups exist, and that's just a whole facet of my mom journey that I wish I would have known about going into it. And so I want to do everything I can, whatever milestone you're on in your mom journey. I want to make sure that you are supported, and that there's likely a group out there that you may really need, you may not even know about. And I'm sure, like I said, I've just scratched the surface with this now. So if anyone's watching that you're a part of a great group, or you lead a great group that other moms need to know about, please let me know about it. There's a form on my website where you can submit to be included as well.
Love that you're connecting so many women. So cool.
And thank you for doing all that homework, because I sure could have used it when I had a kid. No doubt. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you so much.
Good to see you.
You
to
too.
find your mom community and to listen to parenting tips and tricks, find Krista at secretmomhacks.com.